What up, guys? CP the Tool Addict. Woo! I'm pretty excited to do this flyer review for you because we're going to talk about Tennessee pride, American pride, and just good old-fashioned making tools here in the United States. Probably some things we need to do better, but also some good stuff here in the flyer. But this is going to be a pretty in-depth video, mostly about manufacturing, and then we'll talk about the tools too. So stick around. It's going to get interesting. Let's check it out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Today's video, we're going to talk a little bit about American manufacturing and Snap-on hand tools. Now, the biggest controversy with Snap-on, generally speaking, is the price. Everybody complains about the price, and all the people that hate Snap-on, all they hate is the price. And basically, it's more or less about them being the top-of-the-line tool and them not being able to afford it most of the time. They won't admit it, but that's the truth. The sad fact is that Snap-on is it's almost a club, you know. It's almost for elitists. It's for the guy who wants to go a step above with his tools. And people say there's people out there that'll say that Snap-on tools suck and that they're not good, and they've got a lot of opinions about stuff, and that's just it, their opinions. However, the one tried and true fact is that these people standing here on the cover are all employed by Snap-on here in the United States. They have families. They do business with their local communities, and they have skilled jobs. I can't say enough about that. Teaching our people in this country how to do something, building a skill, a job that teaches you a resource that you could use in your everyday life. I mean, I've known guys who started off working as apprentices places and became full-time machinists, just a whole different, avenue it can take you into. From gun building or, working with your hands on building something, craftsmanship. Learning a craft or a trade is so fulfilling. And I know, I don't want to drag this on a lot, but I'm passionate about this, because this is how I started. I started tearing things apart as a kid, tinkering with stuff. I bought an RC car and I broke it. I bought a Tyco RC Bandit, heads-up Bandit. I'll never forget it. And I spent a lot of money on it. I think it was like $50, but we're talking in the early 90s. And I worked my butt off for that $50, and I ran it into a tree or something and broke the front end. And I decided to tear it apart and fix it. Well, in doing so, that led me into where I'm at today. Learning how to tear something apart, fix it, and learning from other people. Building a skill that I have taken with me and an ability to fix things. It's very satisfying, and something that, having just a job, if you're just looking for a job, that's not what things are. So I know this is, carrying on, but let's move into the next part of the flyer. First of all, let's talk about the new products they have out, which, imagine that, lights. We got lights. We got some safety glasses, adjustable, provided comfort, Bluetooth style safety glasses, $279. So now you can listen to your speakers, bone conduction speakers, keep things clean. Kind of neat, not gonna lie, where you can have your speakers into your glasses. I'm not mad at it. $279. Yeah, I don't know if I'm ready to make that kind of commitment, but I do have $200 Oakley, so I mean, what's another $79? So, something to think about. Then we have the 625 lumen mini projected light, $94.95. 625 lumens on a light that fits in your palm. It's just crazy how they do that. 90 degree rotatable clip. It lasts on high for 2.5 hours. Then down here, speaking of another light, 500 lumen suction cup light. If you guys know, most body panels are, getting to be aluminum or whatnot, and magnets just don't work, and hooks. You don't have a lot of places to hook things anymore because they barely even use hood latches, but $167.95 for that, 500 lumen. 5.5 hour run time. 5.25 hours, excuse me. Yeah, electric suction cup with auto vacuum mechanism. Well, that's pretty cool. 240 vertical rotation, 360 degree horizontal rotation. Definitely not a terrible thing. Snap-on new tape measures out. I definitely want to get all of these. I've had the other Snap-on. I love the Snap-on tape measures. They're just really designed for mechanics, and the magnet on the back seems like a great deal. 28, 25 for your 10-foot. I think they have a 25-foot. I think there's 3 different sizes. Plus, you got metric meter tape, 28, 25 for that one. So under $30 for those. I'm willing to splurge for that. I don't care. They're coated so they don't scratch anything, but they're just really designed for mechanics. And believe it or not, it's nice to have a tape measure that stacks up for mechanic stuff, you know. 26-piece power driving set, $79.99. Honestly, it's made in the USA, bit set, so that's nice. But unfortunately, I'm on JIS stuff, man. Gotta have JIS. We got the heavy-duty Dotto diagnostics. I've done a video on the ProLink in the past. If you're interested, you can go check it out. Not a huge fan of ProLink, but I don't do heavy-duty stuff, so kind of subjective on what my opinion is on that. All right, back into the hand tools made with steel, precision, and unparalleled passion in Elizabethton, Tennessee. The pride of Elizabethton, Tennessee. More than 5,000 ratchets and 12,000 wrenches produced daily out of this factory down in Elizabethton, Tennessee. I got to tell you, if you don't believe there's the factories there, well, you haven't used Google. Technology is really crazy how it works these days. See, the phone that you have in your hands, a lot of people just don't know how to use it, I think. But yeah, there's actually a factory in Elizabethton, Tennessee. See, what you do is you Google it on Google Maps, and boom, it comes up Snap-on Tools. And then you can actually even look and see the factories there with the Snap-on logo out front. Genius concept. I'm telling you, it's crazy how this works, but I know I'm being facetious, but for those of you that don't understand my sarcasm, that's how I am. But that is impressive. I'm glad that Snap-on shared this, because 5,000 ratchets and 12,500 wrenches produced daily, that's pretty cool. Not gonna lie to you, I would have never guessed that. I would have never even guessed anywhere close to that number. All right, so this month we are shining up the shop light on our plant in Elizabethton, Tennessee, which makes the world's best wrenches, ratchets, pry bars, pullers, adjustable wrenches. At over 218,000 square foot, this facility combines precision manufacturing with hands-on craftsmanship of over 450 associates, skilled workers who take pride in their jobs, knowing they're helping excel at yours. Okay, that's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, it's just cool knowing. Now, we don't need to lose any more manufacturing in the USA, but there seems to be this thing where we want to destroy USA manufacturing, and I see it a lot of it. And I will say, I'm not exactly excited about Snap-on. I'm kind of on the fence. Snap-on, if you don't know, has been getting is owned by BlackRock, and BlackRock's been donating a bunch of money to political campaigns for Harris and Biden. In fact, record amounts, I think over $1 million they pumped into the electoral campaign. And I honestly don't want to put my money towards something that's going to support something that I'm not supporting. That's the problem with these corporate entities now is that they're taking your money to fund other things, and it becomes nefarious in the long run. But, you leave a comment down in the comment box. I don't want to get too political on this, because this is more about skilled trade stuff. Using more than 8,000 tons of steel a year. 8,000 tons of steel each year. Plant produces over 3,500 different SKUs, including more than 5,000 ratchets and 12,500 wrenches every day, all undergoing rigorous quality control. Ensures that they're worthy of bearing the Snap-on name, and our hot forging and cold forming processes guarantee they withstand a day-to-day, year-after-year demands in any shop environment. Best of all, Elizabethton is one of 7, that's right, 7, you can Google those too, Snap-on manufacturing plants located across America, each sharing the work ethic, spirit, and uncompromising standards that Snap-on Tools absolutely is second to none. Now, don't get me wrong, you can experience the same pride in your tools as the people who do build them. I think you can scan that and it'll actually show you. But here's the takeaway from this, guys. Skilled trade, 450 employees plus the residual local economy that it builds by having that factory there. You know, I mean, you have people, they got 450 employees, they go to lunch every day. There's materials that are being brought in. You know, these people try to talk about numbers of employees, about stuff, but what they don't actually focus on is how many businesses does just one Snap-on factory like this operate from. You know, when you talk about getting the steel from a plant, there's raw materials that are getting they're raw materials that are outsourced from other places to get to them. You know, I mean, obviously the steel has to be refined, so you know, it has to come from a steel mill. There's you know, the rubber, the cardboard. There's just so many entities in it that you hear these guys on YouTube that run their pie holes and they forget about this. Now, the reason I know this is because I used to be in the LTL industry and I would actually deliver to these places. And I got to tell you, when you walk into one of these factories, and I encourage you to go find any factory, channel lock, any tool manufacturing you can, and go to tour them. When you go to walk into these factories, you see good, wholesome people. You see people that are humble. They're happy with their jobs. Sometimes there's not, you know, but most of the times, for instance, I can tell you like Brownells. Brownells is one that I've done, and if you don't know, Brownells are a huge gun place. And generally, the people were really happy that were working there, and I loved going to that place because it just showed a thriving business that builds the local economy. So I know I went on this for a little bit now, but I really wanted to share this with you because it's passionate to me. It really means a lot to me to see our country build its own revenue and own materials in this country. And quite frankly, do we really want to rely on other countries to supply us stuff? You know, I mean, like, do you want to have to trust another country for you to supply things that you need for your daily life? Think about that. You know, if every country is supplying us stuff and we rely on every country to do so, where is that going to leave us? Are we going to have reliable things? They aren't going to care what they sell us. They're just going to sell us junk. And that's kind of what China does a lot of times. All right, moving right along. I love the Instinct handles. You know, the Instinct handle design is great. Really wish they would just change over to JIS bits in them. I mean, the flat blades make good pry bars, you know, because nobody uses flat stuff. But flat side, grease resistant, rounded neck, hex bolster, strong alloy steel, nickel chrome finished, vapor blasted tip. The nickel chrome finish and the vapor blasted tip are a very important thing about a screwdriver, believe it or not, to keep the chrome from chipping. Nickel, you know, you pay the money for chrome. You pay the money on a high-end tool for chrome, and some people don't understand why. But you pay the money for a good finish on a good tool because it lasts. Durability. I have Snap-on wrenches that are over 50 years old, and they still don't have any chipping or whatnot on them because they were done right. In that the longevity of them, you'll be able to pass these tools down to your kids. That's just it. You know, that investment goes a long time. You can warranty out tools, but what if the tool company quits? I have literally seen several manufacturers quit making tools since I've started. Let's talk about, you know, benchtop tools at Kmart. I started with benchtop tools. Where are they at now? They're gone. You know, that when those companies disappear, your warranty disappears. So keep that in mind. Snap-on has 100 years in. Cornwall has 100 years in. Some of these tool companies have a long time, and you're able to get those tools. 8-piece Instinct soft grip extra long combination screwdriver set, 211. We have the 8-piece Instinct soft grip tools, the soft grip screwdriver set, 175, and the 4-piece Instinct soft grip mini combination screwdriver set, 458.73 here. Obviously, in your choice of red, green, or orange. I do believe I have B in a brand new package still because I haven't opened them. Once again, JIS screwdrivers for the win. The freedom of cordless torque, quarter-inch drive cordless ratchets here. My personal favorite for cordless ratchets. I do like my flat, my Matco one, but at the end of the day, my Snap-on is my most trusted one. I like the power, everything, the speed on it, but you know, you're gonna pay dearly with the price. $649 and $613 and $342.95 for the cordless impact tool wrench only. Moving right along, we've got any impactful and very cozy offer for the Dixon flannels with a set of sockets, a Dixon Serpa lined flannel, and we don't have a price. You're just going to have to buy the sockets, and then you get yourself a flannel. Neat. We got the angles for all access here. We got the angle wrenches. Once again, going into that Elizabethton, the pride of Elizabethton. Tennessee, $573.75 for your 11-piece, 15-degree open-end wrench set, slimline, low torque application. If you want a really nice set of slimline wrenches, this is a good time to buy them because obviously they're on sale. 6 to 36, and I don't believe anybody has a set like that goes from 6 to 36. I would like to get the slimline Snap-on wrenches someday, honestly. I have the Capris, and they work great, but, you know, just for my own personal gratification, I'd like to have them. We got the 9-piece angle wrenches, 15 to 16 degree offset for $254. Those are 1/8 inch to 3/8 and 3/8 to 11/32. We got the 5-piece metric 30 60 degrees for $360, 18, 19, 21, 22, and 24. I wonder why the 15 and 16 are on the small, 15 degree and 60 degree are on the small, and then 30 to 60 on the bigger ones. That's kind of interesting. 15 to 60 degree 10-piece set for $259.95. Not showing. That's 3.25 through 11 millimeter. Your ignition wrenches. Oh, that's why, because their ignition wrenches up there. Duh, CP. 7-piece 30 to 60 flank drive wrench set, 4-way angle, $320. Looks like you're going to be into them for about $600 from 10 all the way up to 24. It's not terrible. That's not the worst thing in the world. $320 plus $360. What's the math on that? There's $780. Yeah. You know, I mean, it ain't cheap, but that's what you got to do. 30 to 60 degree open end angle wrench set, 7-piece set from 10 to 15, 17 millimeter, $292. Yeah, for good old fashioned USA made wrenches. Snap-on angle wrenches have been the top wrenches for a long time. All right, need to measure twice. You know what they say? Measure once, cuss twice. So we got the 500 PSI wireless pressure tester kit, EVP 700. I've done a video on this. I've had this kit. I will leave a link in there, whatever you can look for it. Just type in EV 700. Not many people have done videos on this. Why, I don't know, because this is one of my favorite pressure testers. But yeah, it is $643.50. I believe that's actually, there's a diesel pressure one too. But I love this kit because it's wireless and you can literally hook it to your phone. And it's magnetic, so that way you don't have to worry about taping shit to your windshield again anymore. Master Fuel and Pressure Tester Kit, not my favorite, $648. I'll be honest with you. The hoses aren't made in America. I've never been a big fan of the Snap-on kit. They use odd fittings, so I've kind of retrofitted mine to meet up with my older USA-made set. Engine oil pressure set, $251.10, and then automotive compression tester set, which is a Lang rebrand, $295.20, and a cylinder leak down test for $369. Once again, is a Lang rebrand. 25-piece offset 45-degree feeler gauge set, $31.82. 38-piece straight feeler gauge blade set for $33.30, and my personal favorite feeler gauge blade set for $103.95. I bought that kit quite a while back. Here's our new tape measures right here. The TPR overmold, high density injection molded case with TPR overmold, pocketable design, fits areas tight. Yeah, I like the fact that it's pocketable too, because your clip doesn't catch on you. Mechanics don't carry tape measures with a clip. Automatic locking brake mechanism with positive release, but these look, and then you get the 16 and the 25 foot. So there's a 10, 16, and 25 foot tape measure. for $40.16 and $33.92, and I definitely will be jumping on those. Get yourself a horsepower, 8 horsepower or 7 horsepower, 80-gallon air compressor. I'm sure that is super cheap, but they are nice, I'm sure. And last but not least, we have the form and functionality of the KMP 1023, pretty much standard 72-inch, 30-inch deep, Master Series roll cab. Get your choice of colors. Anyways, guys, that's the video. I know it was long, and it was talking about a lot of things that are passionate to me. I appreciate you listening. I hope you subscribed. I hope you gave me a like. I hope you understand where I'm coming from on this. It's not to be negative towards people. It's not to, rip on people that don't want to spend money on tools, that don't have money to spend on tools. It's just the facts, how it is, guys. We used to have an economy that was sustainable in this country, and tools were a lot more affordable. Things were a lot more affordable. And I think if we made more stuff back in America, I think that would be a thing again. When you produce more, when you're producing more and selling more outside the country, and you're producing the best, your country reaps the benefits, So, appreciate you guys. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Ring that bell. Remember, keep your hands sturdy and your money clean. Thanks for watching.